Welcome back to Gymnastics Insights, where we weekly give you the latest updates on events, training trends, and just talk everything gymnastics. Your hosts are me, Oliver Bay, and
Rasmus Steffensen.
And today we are making an episode where we are talking about a lot of different things, but to kick things off, I actually like to start up the discussion about the revolution or the evolution of the middle transitions in the power tumbling discipline. So we will put some video here, but if we look a few years back, 2021, 2022, we had very few people actually doing the middle transitions. I think 2021 we saw already Steffensen do them in competition, and that
I did them in 18.
Yeah, in Denmark. So we are talking like international at the moment. But
okay.
We did them you did them in Denmark in 18. But like consistently competing and actually utilizing the middle transition, I think Steffensen was one of the only ones back in 2021.
Yeah.
And then 2022 came around, we got the new code of points. And then some people started, but it was still like the higher end of athletes.
It still is.
Yeah, but it's getting more mainstream, and I'll show you some videos in a moment as well. But so in 2022, you did it, Malkin did it.
Vasco Peso did it, I think.
Wasn't that?
Yes, he did.
Wasn't that the year later?
No, he did it at the Europeans. Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. Vasco Peso did it. Ethan did it. It wasn't at the Europeans, but at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Katie Brown did it as well. Didn't manage to go all the way through, but he did it as well. So like there were 4 or 5 guys doing that. I have video of at least 9, and I couldn't find a video of Jaden Paddock, but he's doing it as well. It didn't compete it yet, but he's warmed it up a few times.
The difference is, from my point of view, is a lot of people would be able to do a middle transition.
Yeah.
And that's not that hard. If you can do a full straight transition, you can do a middle transition if you have the miller in the bank.
Yeah.
So the middle transition isn't the hard part. The hard part is to do 3 whips into something bigger.
Yeah.
So you do the middle transition, and then you have to do a whole nother takeoff, even if it's a killer or a full and triple. That's the difficult part. I don't think the middle is that difficult.
Yeah, but what I'm curious.
That's what I'm thinking is why it is mainstream now.
Yeah.
It's because the middle transition in itself isn't that hard.
Yeah. But like with everything else, someone had to pave the way actually for people to understand that, and I just wanted to figure out.
I think Yuri Freuk did it for.
Oh yes. You can find a lot of old videos. Like the greatest video of all time is, I think maybe it's Yuri Freuk doing the Miller killer attempt where he's landing on his ass.
Yeah.
That is great. Hopefully we can find that clip and put it in here as well. So he paved the way slightly, but still he was the only one. And then there went a lot of years came by before someone else, and then one did it, and then one did it, but something happened in 2022, and it might have been with the code of point, changes in the code of point that actually put people on that path, but something changed in the mindset of the middle transition in 2022. And I don't necessarily know what it was that made the difference.
I think I know. It's everyone is pushing the boundaries all the time. So every year we see something new or greater, even greater.
Yeah.
And that's what gymnastics is all about. But if you can do a miller to landing and get some comfortable, confident in that, it's not that hard to make a miller transition.
Yeah.
It really isn't. If you have the miller in the bank, you can land it every time. You have the time to see the landing.
Yeah.
And if you're a great tumbler, have done it for years, then it's only putting the legs in.
Yeah, of course. I also think.
But I love it. I love that we're going that way.
Yeah, it's amazing to see all of the people that are actually throwing middle transitions all over the internet. I also brought some videos. The reason I got to think of this was actually that Fred Teague uploaded a middle transition the other day, and I was like, you're not that old. He's 17 or something. And I was just amazed that 17-year-old athlete is able to do that on the power tumbling track, by the way. Especially seeing like his development through the years has been amazing, outstanding. So he did his debut at World Championships in Birmingham 2023, and just for me at least, he came like out of nowhere. So I know that the junior gymnast knew him before, but I hadn't seen him as being that great. And then he just came to the senior championships and he was fucking amazing. He did the full straight to the full and triple tuck. I was like, okay, you're here to compete. That was amazing to see. And then he uploaded the middle, and then that kickstarted all of this thought process of actually being like, okay, why is everyone, when they hit that mark of full and triple, or something close to that, why is it that everyone now is doing middle transition? And one thing I came up with, or one thing I thought about was, it all started back when the straight pass got away. When we got rid of the straight pass, it opened some doors up for people to actually be more creative in combining their routines. How did you feel when, like, because you were in the overload code of points for a long time? We did the double straight, triple pike stuff for like years. What did it mean for you that we got away with the straight pass?
Oh, it was great, because my strength has always been doing greater passes. It's much easier for me to do more difficult passes than a straight pass. And what I was thinking is, it's hard to compete against middle to full and triple.
Yeah.
And now there's a lot of people who can do it. So if you can do middle transition to something, full and triple pike, maybe a killer, then you are in a good spot, very good spot.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought. So I thought I could do full straight, full in straight, triple tuck as a safe round to get into the top 4, and then I could just blast everything I have. So
yeah.
And now I have the possibility to build it even bigger.
Yeah.
So for me, it's easier to give everything you have when you're in the top 4. So if I was to do full straight to full and triple and lost the competition, then I would be very sad. And I didn't think that the middle transition would make it that much harder for me to do the run.
Yeah.
Because if you have a lot of airtime when you do the full straight, it's not that big of a deal, I think. And the worst thing for me is to do a skill in the bottom of the track, because it's a different takeoff and you're thinking so much about the takeoff for the middle transition, because it has to be very perfect. And then you're going down to another takeoff which is totally different, not at all the same. But one of the things I thought about was I'm not able to do a bad middle transition and go down to full and triple, so it will bring me a lot of points if the run is going down.
Yeah, so
you can't do a bad middle to full and triple.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not possible.
So like the timing and everything, flow, everything, just rhythm of the exercise, the execution of the exercise. Like it has to be on point, otherwise you
won't be good.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do it slowly, you can take it easy, you can just hit the position and then build up.
Yeah.
But you can't do a bad miller to a transition.
Yeah, makes sense.
So that's what got through my head was, if I can be good at this, it might give me a lot of points, and I have the time in the air to bring it out.
And especially now with like the new code of points. So the code of points where we got rid of the straight pass was in the last cycle. Now we have a new one, or at least we have the draft for the new one.
It's that one. We'll go with the smaller ones now.
Better doing this. Okay, we'll just buy another one then.
Yeah.
Well.
Where
was I? Like, so yeah, the code of points where we got rid of the straight pass was like in the last cycle, and then now a new cycle is starting up. and there is quite a lot of changes to that. And one of them being that you will get a bonus for doing transitions where the skill is higher than 4.2.
Yeah.
So that makes it even more lucrative to actually go towards the middle transition instead of the full. So the full is a difficulty of 3.6 and the middle is 4.8. So if you do the
5.8.
Yeah, 4.8. But if you apply the point, so the middle transition will, by the bonus, will make it a 5.8 skill.
Mm-hmm.
That is a hard skill. So I definitely think we'll be seeing more people, and we are definitely seeing more people go towards that. And I'll just show you. So I'm missing a lot of people like Magnus Lindholmer, and I couldn't find Jaden, and so. But I brought up some clips of actually just like middle transitions.
Yeah.
Just from training, competition, everything. This is Christoph Wilton doing
lovely
double straight into the Miller.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an awesome combination as well.
Lovely.
To actually see that it's not just, it doesn't have to be round off, flick, Miller straight. It can actually be combined with something else. Then we have Loop, who's actually been doing the middle transitions for quite a while. And people, back in the days, people were like, oh, he should go more towards some bigger end skills. It doesn't make sense for him to do, because the first thing he did was like Miller to full tuck. But looking like retrospect now and seeing the code of points, he definitely nailed his like path into this. Because now he's getting 1 extra point. So yeah, great job on that one.
As well, even if he didn't get that extra point, he managed to work it out as well.
Yeah.
Even.
Dead. And that was like Ethan's
Mm-hmm.
amazing pass. And then of course we have Malkin here going to the full and triple.
Yeah.
And then Johannes, who might be the tallest tumbler in the world.
Yeah.
But he also managed to do so. Like
Yes.
it's sometimes we have this idea that it's only for like the short explosive guys. Not to say that Johannes isn't explosive, but like he's tall and he's still able to actually do the middle transition. So I don't think that, as you mentioned, it's not that hard if you have a great Miller.
And if you can do a full straight transition, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
I really believe it isn't.
Yeah. So
I think this year we will see 2 transitions, which one of them is a Miller for more people.
Yeah.
It's
so like double straight with like Miller.
Yeah, full straight with Flick Miller.
Yeah.
Something like that, but you also have to do a great pass in the first round. So that's what you have to think about.
Yeah, you have to do that, yeah. Definitely. Well, especially like in the final. So in the qualification round, you still have to do 2 rounds, but if you get like a very high score for the first one, you can.
It's not that much of a deal, because you have what's it called, semi-final.
Yeah, exactly. So quite a lot of people will actually come to the semi-final, and in semi-final you only need 1 round anyway. So if you have the middle transition, you use that there, and then.
But the Danes have a position right now where, like the Russian had, or the Chinese people had, where a lot of us are going to compete against each other.
Yeah.
So it's not that much of a deal in the semi-final, but you still have to beat 1 person.
Yeah. So the semi-final you have to go all in, especially if you're coming from a country where you are fighting for the nation role. Then you have to go all in.
It's great we are in that position.
Yeah, it's amazing. So amazing to see. Okay, I think that was like the Miller transition point. Can you see how long time it's been recording over there, or?
15 minutes.
Good, perfect. Okay, so the second thing I wish to show you are some clips from Instagram, and just to pick your brain about what you think about them.
What I think about them.
Yeah, and like
Okay.
We'll just go by. I have both some funny ones. I have some useful ones. Something that I thought was cool. Something that is different.
So where will my middle transition?
It is in here. I will put it in the video for you. I have your European run.
Thank you.
Yeah. So good. Okay, so the first thing I would like to show you to actually kick this off is just a great, amazing joke, and I would love to see your reaction on this one. Okay. So she's thinking that she's going to bench and then she's going to the assault bike. I just wanted to know if it's something you can relate to.
Not that much, because I know I have to go to the assault bike. So
maybe I should like.
It's in my gym plan, so
I should start to in the plan call it something else, and then in the notes say, "Haha, fooled you. It's going to be the assault bike."
You can just call it the throw-up machine.
But it's a great conditioning tool, though. I think that way too few gymnasts is actually utilizing an assault bike as a conditioning tool.
It's a great conditioning tool if you can manage to push yourself on it.
Exactly. And use it for what it's been designed for. So instead of sitting on it for a freaking hour, you should do like these shorter sprint intervals to actually train your anaerobic power.
Because if you do 6 rounds of 15 seconds full on blast, whatever the fuck you got, you're gonna die.
Exactly.
I don't care who you are, you're gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. And I also think that
if you don't, then you haven't given yourself 100%.
Yeah. And I think it's a great thing because you're utilizing your whole body, your whole system to actually go through this instead of just your legs on the bike or just your arms in the rowing machine or something like that. But I also think that way too many people, when they see that, they associate that with CrossFit and just sitting on it and eating calories away. That's not, maybe that's what it's designed for, but in gymnastics we can definitely use it more efficiently if we go towards the shorter sprint intervals, train our anaerobic tolerance, our anaerobic capacity, everything like that, which are great because that are the energy system that we're actually relying on when we are going to perform in gymnastics. It's not the system that will recover us, but it's the system that we use when we perform.
Yeah, and if you're going to build that up and you have a great tolerance, then you will be even greater. You'll have even greater concentration when you're going to the gym.
That'll be like the aerobic base. That will make you better to focus and concentrate.
Yes.
And everything like that. I mean, the anaerobic system we're training with the assault bike will be directly linked to your anaerobic performance. So your ability to actually keep pushing when you don't have air and when you don't recover between rounds. And definitely something that.
Okay. Every time you do a run of 8 skills.
Yeah, exactly.
Completely done.
Yeah, and if
it's hard to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And if your anaerobic tolerance goes up, it will be easier.
Yeah.
It won't never be easy as like just walking, but it will be easier if you actually condition that system, that energy system within your body.
I can feel that already, actually.
Oh yeah. Amazing. That was the first one. And then actually I had one with. We're finishing this one. I had one clip with. It's actually Steph Curry. It's actually a basketball clip. But the thing I love about this is how he's actually behaving in the video and how the fan culture is and how he as a player is embracing and actually participating within the fan culture and building a fan culture around the thing. So, first he saves an old lady, that's nice. And then he makes a lot of money for a woman. Like, he's just joking around, helping people, and this is an old man trying to score the basket. And he's just helping him, guiding him all the way through, and at the end he's helping him throw the ball to make it, and then going towards the fence and everything like that. So it's just something that I would like to see more in gymnastics is actually this kind of fan culture. So you can be fan of someone, you can actually you as a gymnast, like not just you but like gymnasts in general, could like make a difference and actually make an effort to help build this culture.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we have this culture in gymnastics.
No.
I think we might have some team fan bases where you're supporting a team, but you actually don't have this. So you don't have like, I'm super fan of this guy.
No.
And I think it's because when we do, it could be like, we also have a lot of different disciplines in Denmark. So it's kind of hard to like, if you want to follow everything. but also I think it's because when we do competitions, we don't make room for this kind of stuff. So every time they have halftime, I know we don't have halftime, but every time they have a halftime, they put in some activities where Steph Curry can help a woman win $2.5 million.
But it's also a lot easier for him to go out.
Yeah.
Because they're sitting with his shirt on.
Exactly.
With his name on, so he knows that they would like to talk to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe some could make a support T-shirt for someone.
I just think it could be amazing to see if gymnastics could evolve into being actually having a fan culture, because everyone thinks that the top gymnasts are amazing and outstanding, but no one is wearing a shirt with their name.
Nope.
And I think that could definitely be something.
That's because of how the competitions is built, I think. Because in tumbling you have 3 competitions at the same time. You have tumbling, you have DMT, you have trampoline.
Yeah.
So when the competition is done in tumbling, there's still DMT, maybe still trampoline. Then the problem comes in.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but it could be something to do in Denmark. Like you could build up a fan culture in Denmark and see if. But it will be hard work. But it won't be easy.
I think you have to make the system otherwise. Then we've talked about it before. So these two are going against each other. These two are going against each other, and then building it up like football or.
Yeah, and also you have to have a kind of Liga system or something where you can actually follow along, and it doesn't work the way that our scoring system are now. It doesn't work. So it doesn't work that you can do one competition and be 12 points ahead and then just go light on every other competition after that. It has to be like
cruise mode.
Yeah, you have to be like a maximum of 1 point or maybe 2 points ahead from competition. So it's actually getting exciting, and it's actually keeping to be exciting to follow along, and you can actually cheer on someone who's not only the number one at the moment. That could be something that we could try to develop in Denmark. I do think that face-off competition and the way that competition is developing, I do think that is pushing the fan culture more.
They are.
I do think that people following face-off is starting to create a fan culture around teams, around individual athletes, and I think that is great.
Yeah, what I like is just they're having this kind of school fight. So the schools are doing the face-off thing. Yeah. And some of us made a video for the gymnasts over there. Oh. To let them know that we are watching them and seeing that the gymnastics they are developing, and hopefully we get to see them in real life and would like to have a chat with them and something like that. Yeah. So they're doing a great thing right now.
So that is exactly what this video did for me, was exactly that. So role models, passing everything down, making sure that younger generations also know that, hey, I see you. I think that is the most important thing about the fan culture as well. Letting the fans, but also like younger generation athletes, feel that they're actually being seen, and someone is watching what they're doing, and someone is actually keeping an eye on their development as well. Yep. Awesome. So you made a face earlier about maybe we
7 minutes.
7 minutes, okay. So one more reel and then we will, I think.
5.5 minutes.
Yes, so one more. Okay, one more. That will be a long one. Maybe this one, okay? So this one is actually, I'm kind of undecided on what I think about this. It's supposedly a class teaching people not to fall. Because we are training them to actually avoid falling. Mm-hmm. So what the class is about is you jump and a partner pulls or pushes your leg, so you have to regain your balance when you land. What I can't figure out if this is mad or if it's genius also in the context of gymnastics.
What I'm thinking is, that's happening.
Yeah, but you don't know what direction though.
You are jumping and you know something is happening. Yeah. When you're doing a gymnastics skill and you're in the air and supposedly blackout.
Yeah.
Then you don't know what's happening. You don't know where you are and how you're going to land.
No,
you know that you're upside down right now,
yeah,
and you're going to land on your feet somehow.
Yeah.
One of your feet are going to be pulled.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I understand that, and it wasn't for me. It wasn't in the blackout situation. It's more like just getting better at landing, and when you don't land like perfectly, you can still maneuver around it. And I don't know if it's something that actually needs to be trained, or you just.
What I'm thinking is that you have to do a lot of landings, because then you will have some bad landings, and then you'll know how to react off of that bad landing. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because that was also like I couldn't figure out if it was just something like fancy. We are definitely going to talk about circus training in one episode as well. Not this one, because there will be a longer version. But I couldn't figure out if this one was falling into circus training or if it actually made kind of sense. I do think that the coordination of being quick in your motions, and actually the fact that most people, when they train agility, so like changing direction and everything.
But are you thinking about gymnastic landings? Or are you thinking just for the ordinary people?
No, gymnastics. So just seeing if the coordination, the agility of actually moving, like saving a landing if you under rotate or over rotate or something like that, or comes down a little bit shaky.
I've used it as a warm-up drill for a lot of years.
Yeah. And
I think it's a good thing, but I don't think I would do it as a skill to learn when we're training. I think we can use it as a warm-up skill, but not a skill to learn.
It wouldn't be something that you would put into like a strength and conditioning plan or
because
something else. But
I'm landing bad all the time.
Yeah.
And I know how to land bad.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Because you have so much more to think about than you have in this video.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh shit, I had a bad takeoff. Am I 3 meters over the floor?
Yeah.
Am I 4 meters? How much have I rotated?
Yeah.
Where am I aiming?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm twisting as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Then you can't react. The body just does something. When you're in that moment.
Yeah.
And
makes sense.
Even though you train this 24 hours a day, it wouldn't help you.
It wouldn't do anything in that situation. But I do think that it's training your coordination, and all of the things they say in this reel I don't comply by, but like the coordination I actually do think is making sense, because what most people are getting wrong when they're doing agility work, so like changing direction and everything like that, is actually knowing exactly what to do. And when you know a route before you do it, you'll just memorize that route. It wouldn't make you any better at actually implementing that into situations afterwards. So what I liked about this was you don't know the route, you don't know what is going to happen.
Now you know some of the route. You know you're going up and down as high as you can jump.
Yeah.
And you know you're going to land on one of your feet. So you have 50%.
Yeah, but you can't rehearse.
No, you can't. No.
If you make a like the speed ladder, this is a great example. The speed ladder, for many years back, people thought that was amazing to do agility work with. Yeah. Well, first of all, when you do routines with that, you're just training your memory of that routine, and you're moving your feet quickly, but you aren't actually applying any force.
But what I think about this, what I would like is put some more things into it. Yeah. Why aren't you twisting the hips? Why aren't you twisting the other way? Why are you pushing them forward? Why are you pulling them backwards? Why are you pulling them and twisting? Pushing and twisting. Then it would make sense.
And to take him into like defense, I think this is for Gen Pop, but in our situation, it could be amazing to add all of those things, like
because then it would be difficult.
Yeah.
Then you have 50% of chance.
Yeah.
But if you can push and twist, pull and twist to the side and everything else, and make the gymnast land on 1 feet.
Yeah.
So say you have to land on the right leg.
Yeah, and tell the right leg in the air as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something like that. Then it would make sense for me, I think, and still only in a warm-up situation, I think.
Yeah, but it's also a great drill to put into the warm-up, because the warm-up will, like, everyone who knows me and you knows that we hate like warm-up for just warm-up.
Yeah.
It should have like a purpose all the way through, and this would actually be a great element to put into a warm-up that has a purpose. Okay. Yeah. Great.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was actually exactly what I would like to.
30 minutes, point 34.
Amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in to Gymnastics Insights. We will deliver you these episodes weekly, so make sure to tune in next week as well.
See you. Peace out.
Peace.